What's up, internet? It's Sunny, and I have a special new series that I'm going to be doing on my channel called The Good and the Bad, and this will be the first episode. So, the concept behind the good and bad, I'm going to take a subject, which is a person, and I'm going to break down the good things about them and the bad things about them, and based on what you think, what I say, and other factors, you make the decision on, whether or not they're good for whatever. Are they a good person or are they a bad person? So, the first person, the inaugural candidate of the Good and the Bad series is going to be Joy Villa. If you're not familiar with Joy Villa, she is a beautiful woman who is a singer, and she made waves in the mainstream media when she wore the Trump dress, or the Make America Great Again dress. She looked hot in it, like she looked it so good, and she was like wearing this white kind of shawl before, and then she like tore it off. Not really tore it off, took it off to reveal her MAGA dress, and it was quite beautiful. Andre Soriano, who is a very talented designer, did it. He's also a MAGA member, I guess you could say. So that's probably the first thing that she did that was pretty positive in, like, I guess the political conservative world. Another thing that's good about Joy Villa is that she has, reach. She has lots of followers. She has lots of fans, and she's always putting her conservative message out there, whether it be, stand with Trump or, pro-life, this and Second Amendment, that, all of those things she's advocates for. She is pro-life, she's pro-Second Amendment, and she is for small government. So those things I can definitely see as a positive on her side. So she's definitely good in that sense. And also, I heard that she's running for Congress, so we can't know what the future holds and what her thought process is right now, but as it seems now, she is a Republican conservative, and she will more than likely take those things to Congress if she wins. I doubt she will, but if she does win, she will bring her conservative values to Congress to influence other people regarding conservative values like pro-gun, pro-life, and small government, which is great. She can also use her talents for good, like she can do some singing charities or something like that. I've seen her Twitter where she goes and volunteers. She volunteered during the Houston hurricane, so she does activism by giving back to the community and not just marches and protests. Well, she does too. She does march for conservatism. I remember, right after the inauguration, she was there with Andre Soriano marching for conservatism. So all that's well and gravy. She is a very healthy person. She's vegan. Some people will say that's a negative, but being vegan does have its benefits, and she has a healthy lifestyle to her, so that's also a positive. And she has a fabulous afro. Like, no afro I know is better than hers. It's always on point. It's always so round and perfect. Joy Villa's afro, great. So I like Joy Villa. She made the Make America Great Again song, which I'm not really a fan of, honestly, because it sounds like something on like a Christian radio station, which all the songs that play on the Christian radio stations are so boring. But people appreciate it, so that's, she has that going for her. Yeah, so those are the positive things about Joy Villa that people can appreciate. I mean, depending on who you are. I mean, I don't know. Now let's get into the negative side of Joy Villa. Right around the time that Candace Owens was like trending all over Twitter and the skeptic community about being a doxer and a former SJW, Joy Villa was also trending that she was a Scientologist, and she was, not really saying anything while I guess it was breaking. But then she did come out and say, yes, I am a Scientologist, but I'm a Christian first. I'm like, No, you can't be a Scientologist and a Christian. This is just, I mean, if you are a Christian and you're a true Christian, you would know this. You can't be two religions at the same time when it comes to Christianity. You're either or. You're either serving God or serving whoever else. So no, you can't be a Scientologist and a Christian at the same time. And being a Scientologist is just wild and crazy. And I think the documentary is called Going Clear, where it outlines what Scientology, what their process is, what their practices are, and how they fought to become tax exempt. And their facility is like mind-boggling. It looks like it's out of this world. So Scientology is like the most weird religion I have ever heard of or ever seen or witnessed. So Joy Villa being a Scientologist raises some red flags right off the bat, because they are kind of insane, because you have to pay money to be in their religion. Lots of money if you want to be a top echelon type of leader in the Scientology community. So that's like strike one and strike two, in my opinion. I try not to do this. I try not to judge people on their past, but I will bring it up for the sake of the video. Back in the past, she had some questionable, I guess, practices. There's pictures of her, I guess, trying to be like a dominatrix type of person, and she's got her, I guess, face in another woman's crotch. It's very provocative. And if she is, you know, if she claimed to be a Christian, why would she do that? You know, back in the past, she could not have been a Christian. She could have changed from her ways. I don't know. Like I said, I try not to judge people in the past, but this has been brought up before. You know, she was into that dominatrix type style of, you know, pleasure. So there's pictures on the internet of her in some questionable positions, I guess you could say. And also another thing that I want to mention, which I'm not judging, you know, I'm not trying to put that against her, because I was kind of in this situation, but first she supported, I think it was Bernie Sanders. I guess she, you know, Bernie of course got royally screwed in the primaries, and Hillary cheated to get the nomination. She went with someone else. Oh gosh, I just did research on it and now I can't remember. But she went with another candidate, and then after, I guess, you know, the elections, not after, but you know, very close to the election, she became a Trump supporter, and people think that she's just trying to capitalize on conservatives and use them for fame and fortune, which it very may well be true, but I don't know for sure. People have done that before, and me myself, I've said this a lot. I was not a Trump supporter until after he was elected and after he took office, because I really couldn't judge him by what he did, because he couldn't do anything yet. Yeah, he was talking a lot, but so did Barack Obama. He promised a lot of stuff and didn't deliver. So I didn't become fully on the Trump train until maybe 3 or 4 months after Trump was in office, if I can remember correctly. So I'm not going to put that too much to her, because that election cycle was kind of crazy, but you know, you make your own decisions. The last thing that I want to mention is the whole controversy with sexual misconduct from Corey Lewandowski. So she accused Corey of slapping her on the behind, and yeah, so that happened, and a lot of people were thinking that she's just trying to make this up, you know, to get, you know, kudos points from liberals for the Me Too movement, and, you know, just not being genuine with it. And then another video came out of her slapping some dude on the behind, and it looked pretty bad because it looked like a recent video. You know, she, I don't know, I mean, it looked bad, you know. When I saw that video, it kind of made me disappointed, because, you know, I was a huge fan of Joy Villa, and you know, with the Scientology thing coming out, I mean, that I was like, what? You're a Scientologist and you claim to be a Christian? I let it slide. I'm a forgiving person, you know. I try to be very, very forgiven, you know, that forgiven? I am forgiven, but forgiving. With that video of her slapping some dudes behind, and then she accuses Corey of sexual harassment for slapping her behind, I didn't think that was right, so I did a little salty unfollow on Joy Villa on that one. But another thing that I wanted to mention regarding the Scientology, I remember she was at the White House. Now this is on Milo's little show that he has that I learned this. She handed Kellyanne Conway a DVD or some type of propaganda for Scientology. Like, you don't go to the White House. That's like her going to the Grammys and, you know, some scrub come up to her and say like, hey, yo, here's my mixtape, it's fire. You don't just hand out Scientology propaganda to high-ranking White House officials. Like, that's just like rude and not, you don't do that. So what are your thoughts? Do you think Joy Villa is, you know, on the good side or on the bad side? Let me know down below. Did I miss anything? Also comment down below what are the things, good or bad, that you know about Joy Villa that I missed. And if you like this, let me know who you want me to do this on next. I will take that into consideration and I will do the video. Let me know what you guys think. That is it, and thank you so much for subscribing and liking the video. I have gotten quite a few Twitter followers in the past maybe 8-9 hours. It's been crazy. Andy Worski followed me and I gained like maybe 25 followers. I know that's not much for the Joe Schmo. I mean, you know, for the higher up Twitter echelons, but for me, I thought that's just like crazy. My phone was going off all day. So thank you for the new followers, and thank you Andy for following me, and thank you Jeff Holiday for subscribing to my channel. I hope you're watching. Oh man, Andy and Jeff, I hope you guys can make up and be friends again. So sad. But anyways, have a great day, guys. I will go do the same. Bye.